Welcome back to the Roundtable. I'm your host, Calvin Washington, and we have our panel today, Ray, KB, and Mike, and we're going to jump right to the next topic of discussion. Does racism in America still exist? What y'all guys think about that?
Well, I'm sure it does. Racism is something that I'm sure takes place everywhere throughout America. It's just unfortunate that a lot of the struggles that a lot of past civil rights leaders and people have gone to extremes to hope that one day equality would take place. But I would say it's something that, as far as in the workplace or corporate America or things like that, it still exists, but it's to where it's more hidden or it's done under the table.
It's a little bit more sugar-coated.
Right, exactly. But it takes place all the time.
I think he stole the words basically out of my mouth. You know, it's more to the point where, you know, not people are going to vocalize it in front of a whole lot of people. You know what I'm saying? They might kind of mumble it under their breath, you know what I'm saying? But they're not going to actually, you know, say it to a whole bunch of people, because now we got to the point where we can fight back, because we free now. You know what I'm saying? You say the wrong thing to somebody, you know, you're going to get beat by a whole bunch of people. So, you know, people are more smarter now with racism. They're not gonna, you know, they're not gonna really just say as much as they said back then. So that's my take on it.
Well, in addition to what KB and Mike said, I mean, there's definitely discrimination. There's discrimination against every race, really. The Jews get discriminated; they're white. I mean, there's a lot of discrimination, but I think America has made its progression. You know, it's not easy, because like 40 years ago, maybe 50. We were still, you know, segregated, whites and blacks. So I think there's still discrimination, because, you know, the ancestors that lived through that time, they plant the seed in the kids. But the kids, we all go to school together, you know. I think that, you know, we're making steps and strides to, like, you know, bettering the discrimination issue.
Okay, with President Obama being African American, do you think some of his policies that people don't agree with, do you think he's racially charged, or do you think people just don't agree with his policies? Because, like, for example, about a month ago, he was doing a speech to Congress, and one of the senators actually heckled at him, called him a liar, and that's actually never been done to a president in front of Congress when he's doing an important speech.
I'm sorry to jump forward. I'm gonna give you guys a chance to talk, but that's definitely true. That's never, ever happened.
So you think that's based on because
I mean,
black, or because?
I think it's far of like a disrespectful issue. I don't know if you want to call it discrimination, but it, you know, it does. You can get touchy around the subject. I think it's a delicate subject, but it's definitely never happened, and I think it was very disrespectful.
With it never happening before, I think does bring up the issue that race play a part in that. But I guess neither one. I wasn't there personally myself, and I don't know what really goes on behind closed doors between Congress and the president or whatever. So it's really hard to say.
I think it could be, but then it not necessarily. It's got to do with race. I just think it could have been a possibility. They could, you know, they just might not agree with each other on a lot of things, and that could have been the particular issue that, you know, he really stood strong for, and it could have just been a big disagreement, not necessarily have to do with race. So.
All right, man. Take another short break. We'll be right back. So we got one final topic of discussion.
Wait, no, hold on.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the show. We got one final topic before everybody go, and that is Barack Obama winning the Nobel Peace Prize. How do you feel about that? Because, like, there's a little bit of backlash because he said that he doesn't deserve it, and you know, he didn't do anything to get it. Like, what do you think about him winning the Nobel Peace Prize?
As far as people saying that he hasn't done anything to get it, I will be honest and probably say probably some truth to that. But the reason I say that is because, like I stated earlier, when we were talking about the economy, and like Mike, you agree with that, it's going to take time for that to happen. That's why I kind of feel that people can say that, well, he hasn't done anything yet, because I feel that a lot of the policies or opinions that he brought into office and the promises that he made to change just haven't had time to take place yet. So maybe that's why people feel like he hasn't done anything. But I feel like not enough time has gone by for a lot of his policies to actually take place.
I don't have an opinion on this, so I'm gonna pass the mic over to him.
Well, I have a little bit to say. I mean, if you look at the past of people that won the Nobel Peace Prize, you could actually argue and be like, well, you know, Obama, he hasn't really done enough to take credit for the Nobel Peace Prize. But if you think about it, I think it represents the award actually represents, like, as far as like somebody trying to do something to make peace, right? But I think that he deserves it as far as like for the stuff he's trying to do and, you know, trying to take place as far as the best for the American people. And I think that, you know, he definitely deserves it as far as his effort for trying to do it.
All right, thanks for that, Ray. Okay, man, this is time for the bottom line, which is my opinion on the particular situation for today. I think Barack Obama is a sign of change. I think America in the past 8 to 10 years have went on decline as far as how other countries view us and how we have a lot of problems right here in America that we need to deal with, such as job loss that we all talked about today, the economy, as far as the housing situations, people losing houses, people losing jobs, things of that nature, and all these different diseases that's out today. I think Barack Obama, 8 years from now, I think when we look back at his presidency, if he was reelected in 3 years, that it'd be something special to look back on. So we got back off the track, on the train tracks, and now we're finally back on the right track. I want to thank everybody for joining me today, KB, Ray, and also Michael. And I want to thank y'all for watching today. And as always, peace, love, and respect. Take it easy.